Hello everyone, this is Medhedi from Code for Work, and today we're gonna be seeing how to add a simple user schema into our database using Express Generator and Mongoose. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna go ahead and open our project file, which is called here simple add, and I'm gonna use my command line to just run a first method by Express Generator, which is express. So I'm writing here express, and the project will be added automatically. So I'm gonna open the code. I use a lot Visual Studio. I like it a lot. Simple and easy. I also like its terminal. So first of all, I open my terminal, and then I'm gonna create my new schema. So I'm gonna add a folder called schemas, and then in that folder I'm gonna name for example a user schema.js, and in here I'm gonna use Mongoose. So all I want is just to say var Mongoose equals to require Mongoose, and I'm gonna use a predefined method in Mongoose which is called schema. I'm gonna say here Mongoose dot schema. Let's say this in not a capital letter. Let's say it's Mongoose dot schema, and then I'm gonna for example I'm gonna say user schema called new schema. So for our user, we would have username, which its type is string, and then we'll be having a password which its type is also string. Okay, that's nice. Let's see. Okay, now we want to export our module to, so we say module.exports equals to Mongoose dot model. I want to export all of that to user, so I say user, our user schema. That's good. Now moving on to our routers, we go to users, and we want to import that user schema we just defined. So we say here var users, nope, not that, users equals to require, not here, sorry about that. I want to go to schemas and user schema. That's good. Now what I want to do is I want to use a post method or a create method. So let's go ahead and do that. Router.post. I want to give it our path route to default for first of all, and then I'm gonna say here function. I want to give it a request, a respond, and then the next which I like a lot, that bonus attribute. Let's see here let user equals to rec that body, which is the request I'm gonna get into the body brackets, and then I'm gonna say users dot create, give it here user, and then for the error I'm gonna give it a callback to display any error if there is. If error equals true, then just throw error and respond with a message which says user added successfully, and then in the core I want to just display just that document I got. That's nice. So let's go ahead and try that. Oh yeah, before I forget, if I want to add a user here, which is the user I defined out here, I will be needing a database. So I will be giving my personal database for this tutorial, and which is in the MLab interface. So I'm gonna go ahead here and create a new folder called config, and in that config file I'm gonna create a new JSON file called db and then I'm gonna give it my default database. So to app.js, let's go here and say that my config file is imported, var config require to config. Then I'm gonna give it that db.json, and in here I'm gonna say mongoose.connect to config.remote, which is the first attribute. The remote is the first attribute that I have in my JSON file. So before I forget, I'm gonna be needing mongoose here, so I gotta import it. For mongoose equal to require mongoose, and I'm gonna run npm install for this. So it adds all the dependencies and all the packages that I want. For our testing, we're gonna be using Postman, so go ahead and install it. This should work perfectly fine, so I'm gonna launch this. Oh, an error. Okay. Cannot find module mongoose. Oh, okay, I didn't install it here, so sorry. Maybe install mongoose -- save. This should work perfectly fine, and we're good to go. Okay, now let's start with adding our first user. Oh, another error. Schema is not defined. Oh, okay, he's right. In user schema. Oh yes, of course. I forgot to change that. Now this should work perfectly fine. Now let's go ahead and see where our users will be added. So in here, users, and our port will be 3000, sorry. Okay, now let's go and try that. Now let's go http 300/users. Now let's give it a post method. Let's go to body. I'm gonna give it row and a JSON application. So I have here in my user a username and a password. So I'm gonna give it username to code for work, and I'm gonna give a random password, just like password. Oh, this is a encrypted password, and we're good to go. Now let's go ahead and try that. Let's hit send, and it gives me the ID of the user, the message that I sent, and all the information that I need. This was Midhadi Spa. Thank you very much, and in the next videos I'm gonna be showing how to use the delete methods, the put method, the update methods, and I'm gonna be showing a little tutorial how to use them and how to bind them in Angular, and that's it. Thank you very much.